All right, just to, get to know each other a little bit, because I understand people are here for the first time, so, me will me, and all that fun shit. So I'm Jim, I'm an American, been living out here in Poland for 7 years, and like Derek mentioned, I get the question a lot, what have you been doing in Poland? Except usually it doesn't come out like that, usually sounds a bit more like, oh, you're an American. Why are you in Poland? Hold on a second, you're an American, and you live here, and that was your choice. It was your decision. You came... Dlaczego? So I will tell you tonight a couple of reasons why I live in Poland for such a long time. Probably the main reason is you guys have trams. Like Derek mentioned, that's pretty much it. I mean, 'cause in the States, if you don't live in New York, you don't live in Chicago, we don't have any public transportation. So out here, like, it's amazing. In Wrocław and here in Krakow too, like, especially with the new trams since the 2012 Inwestycja, you guys have the new model trams, and those things blow my mind because it's like a space shuttle and a snake had sex, and that's the baby. Other reason why I'm in Poland is my name. My name is Jim Williams, and if you're from an English-speaking country like the UK or the US, you know that that name is totally not impressive. There's like 4 billion, million, trillion Jim Williamses in the US. It's impossible to get a normal email address unless I want to be Jim Williams 12942467842. Stupid. I'm like Jan Kowalski, basically, in the US. If you see your name on a big billboard for a credit card advertisement, you too have a name like Jim Williams. So in the States, Masakra. And then I came to Poland, and as far as I can tell, I'm the only goddamn Jim Williams in the entire fucking country. So out here, I'm original. I'm exotic. When people hear my name, they're shocked, they're astonished. When I say, hello, my name is Jim Williams, and they're like, what are you doing in the women's bathroom? Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't remember if I was a circle or a triangle. It's too abstract for me. I don't know, I did not grow up with this system, and I don't know. I always have to try to check, and I'm like, I don't know. Kind of a circle, kind of a triangle. It's too abstract, but I prefer the circle-triangle system better than the child pornography I see on the bathroom doors sometimes out here. You guys seen the naked children on the bathroom doors out here? Like that boy holding onto his shoe shock, tinkling into the bucket with a little girl squatting there daintily. But I guess she's okay because she has a bonnet on, so okay, no problem. But I don't understand, like, nobody in this country has a problem with the naked children on the bathroom doors in this Catholic country. But all I can think about when I see those figures is how traumatizing it must have been for those children. How much water they had to drink so they could just pee for hours non-stop while some old Polish guy, creepy Polish guy in a bathrobe and a hunk of clay sitting there going, keep pissing, keep pissing. It's terrifying. But kind of in general, I find Polish bathrooms to be a scary place if you're a foreigner out here in Poland, because the whole configuration is different. Like, have you guys noticed that the light switch most of the time is on the outside of the bathroom? And in the States, it's usually on the inside. So for me, going to the bathroom out here with the light switch on the outside, that's just a little bit too much trust for the rest of the world. I'm sitting there with my pants down around my ankles, it's like... Przepraszam, I wasn't done yet. Then a terrifying thought comes over me, because I can't remember where the toilet paper was. Was there toilet paper? It's doubly crazy, because now whenever I go back home, I've been reconditioned to switch the light switch on the outside. So now whenever I go back to the States and I visit a friend's house, I have to flick on like all the light switches. It takes me 10 minutes to try to turn the light in the bathroom. It's like... And the whole house is like lighting up like a disco party. I have flashbacks from when I was in college and I took too much ecstasy. It's like... Sorry, I live in Poland now. Insane. Bathrooms are crazy. Plus, sometimes you guys seen, sometimes there's a window in the bathroom door. Why is there a window to the bathroom? Who needs to see what I'm doing in the bathroom? Keep pissing. Traumatizing experience. Probably the biggest reason why I'm in Poland, as you may have guessed, I have a Polish wife now, 10 years this year. I'll wait while you applaud. All right. And it's pretty awesome being married to a Polish woman, I gotta say. Like, we have a great relationship, mostly because it's really hard to argue with a translating dictionary in your hand. It's like when we're here at home and she's like, "Wiesz co, Jim? Opiew się." And like, pieps, like, suli, pieps. Is that what the R is or the... Do you just want to skip to makeup sex? Let's just do the makeup sex. Awesome situation. I like that a lot. Plus, now we expanded our family. Got 2 little girls at home, 5 and 7. Got 2 little daughters. So, Polish people, I stole one of your women, but I gave back 2. So, you're welcome. It's also a nice situation. But now I get this other weird question when I meet people and they find out I have 2 daughters. Like, "Oh, Jim, 2 daughters. Cool, cool, cool. So you're gonna make a 3rd child? Because, you know, 3rd time's a charm." And that's always a weird question for me, because I know what they're asking. They want to know if I want a son or not. But when you phrase it that way, to me, it kind of sounds like I made a mistake the first 2 times. For me, it wasn't a mistake. This is pretty much just status quo in my life, because growing up, I've always been surrounded by a lot of women. Like, growing up, I had 2 older sisters, I had my mom, 2 grandmothers, and 13 aunts. Yeah, it was kind of intense. I played a lot of Barbie growing up. Well, that's not true. I played with a Ken doll, but Ken stayed at home and took care of the kids and did the cooking while Barbie went to work. Yeah, and so, you know, growing up, and then met my Polish wife, and then 2 times I got to experience the miracle of childbirth. And again, this was not a mistake. 2 times I had the experience of seeing the entire universe in a grain of sand. It really blew my mind, because twice in my life, I got to see vaginas coming out of my wife's vagina. Too much? Alright, I'll say it another way. It's like, you know those Russian dolls, you open them up, there's a little version inside? It's kind of like that. So, no mistakes. That's just life for me. That's how it goes. So yeah, a lot of other foreigners in the audience. Foreigners, you guys trying to pick up the local language? Anybody here speak Polish? Popolsku, mówicie Popolsku? Fuck no, you guys speak English. Why even bother to try, right? What the hell is the point? That's what I understood. Coming here as an expat, which is the thing that we get to call ourselves as Americans. We move to a foreign country. Because when people come to the States, normally we call them immigrants. But Americans aren't immigrants when we move to another country. No, we're expats, which is cool because it kind of makes us sound like superheroes. Like, yeah, I'm an expat, snickety snick. Except as far as I can tell, my only superpower is speaking English. And making everybody around me speak English. And even making people apologize for not speaking my language in their country. It's an awesome situation. And the other thing I learned about myself is that I'm instantly qualified to teach my language because I'm a native speaker. Because have you guys had this experience too? Like, people find out that you're a native speaker, like, "Oh, Jim, you're American. You know, I have an 18-year-old daughter at home. She's getting ready for a matura exam. Maybe you can tutor her." And that's a weird question for me because I didn't take the matura exam. I don't have any qualifications. For me, that kind of sounds like, "Hey, Jim, I heard you were born in a car. Can you help me get my driving license?" Ridiculous. But I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because native speaker. So these parents who usually don't speak English themselves, so I'm not quite sure how they know that I speak English well. Maybe I speak English as shitty as I speak Polish. Maybe I have a speech impediment. Maybe I'm really gangster. Because, come on, right? Doesn't matter, yeah. So they'll invite me over to their house, give me the kapsha off their feet. It's standard Polish tradition, hospitality, right? Kapsha off the feet. Dziękuję, dziękuję. Give me kawa herbata. First I thought that was one word, kawa herbata. Now I know that's different. And then they give me money, and then they direct me up to their 18-year-old daughter's room. Close the door behind them and say, "Baw się dobrze." And it's just me and this 18-year-old girl. And my job, as far as I understand, is I'm supposed to make her mature. So I'm like, fuck it, może bitch. So for those of you wondering, no, I don't teach English anymore. I'm not legally allowed to. It's not, yeah. The other reason I wanted to learn Polish was so that I could finally go get my hair cut by myself. Because as you foreigners know, sometimes it's hard to do like really basic shit when you live in a foreign country. And I got tired of holding my wife's hand like a 4-year-old going to the hair salon and trying to translate through her how I wanted my hair cut. So finally I had enough of that, and I decided, you know what? I'm a big boy. I'm gonna go get my hair cut by myself. So I went in, sat down, and the woman asked me, jak się pan cieszy? And I was like, yeah, cieszę się. And then she looked at me kind of funny, so I'm like, pani obciąg me. Obciąg. I basically asked her if she'd give me a blowjob instead of cutting my hair. Poland is filled with sexual innuendo, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured that out for yourself just yet. It's all fucked up. There's a lot of things I don't understand. Basic shit I don't understand from living out here. Because you feel like a child when you live in a foreign country. Because, like, basic shit, right? Like, I have trouble meeting people because I still can't get down the greetings. Like, even just handshakes, right? Handshakes something we do in the States. Handshakes is something you do in Poland. But these are not the same handshakes, because, like, all right, in Poland, I learned the word for handshake in Polish, uścisk dłoni, which literally translates to hand squeeze. But whenever I go to meet a Polish person, usually they give me something like this. This is kind of like, I don't really know what the fuck this is. It's kind of like a chicken wing without any bones. I mean, you know, like, where's the squeeze? I don't feel any squeeze. In the States, we have a lot of squeeze. Actually, we have too much squeeze, and that was one of the things that drove me out of my own country, was the American-style handshake, because we're really aggressive, real macho, because everybody ate an entire cow for breakfast. So, you know, everybody's filled with hormones and emotions. They're like, hi, how you doing? Bob Johnson, nice to meet you. Ah!